Alright, welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. I've been away for Easter and I'm back, and I was there and I saw this story really making headlines yesterday, and I was like, but I had already done a video about it like 2-3 days back about Matheus Cunha and Manchester United, and guess what? Fabrizio Romano came up and obviously made a very huge groundbreaking statement about Matheus Cunha to Manchester United, as United are leading the rest to obviously sign Matheus Cunha. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So how are you, my people? And welcome back from Easter. The Pope is now dancing with the angels, and we are waiting to see when he's going to be buried and when the new Pope is obviously going to be announced. But let's get into this big sports story of Matheus Cunha to Manchester United. And Fabrizio Romano came up and obviously said the following, that Man United are leading the rest to sign Matheus Cunha from Wolverhampton Wanderers as negotiations are ongoing. Personal terms are being discussed as Man United are aware of more clubs keen. Plus £62.5 million release clause available. Good feelings after initial contacts between Cunha and Manchester United. So Fabrizio Romano put out this post, and obviously most of us were into class and we are like, all right, he has obviously gone ahead to obviously get it right into the mix. And the man in the name of Matheus Cunha obviously found himself in a position of really doing the needful, and he was supposed to be going to Arsenal. The moment Arsenal put in a bid for a guy known as Ollie Watkins, and they never went in for him, Cunha went ahead to obviously renew his contract on that very weekend, and he was happy and excited. But all we need to eat that he had told the people of Wolverhampton Wanderers to obviously include what we call the release clause of £62.5 million, and that's what Manchester United knows they're supposed to pay for Matheus Cunha. And one thing that people don't know about the release clause is that it's something that you have to agree on paying once, you know, and I don't know how the payment terms are really gonna be, but Cunha is really a very good player, and the reason as to why I want him at Manchester United, as I showed you in the video I did earlier, that one, he's a multi-purposeful player. He can play as a center forward, he can play behind a number 9, he can play as a number 10. So that is the beauty of Matheus Cunha, and he's really that energetic lad that everyone has always seen taking his performance to the next level. And remember, it's not the first time United have wanted this guy. Erik ten Hag, in the summer of 2022, when this lad was crossing from Atletico Madrid to Wolverhampton Wanderers, Man United wanted to sign this player, you get? But we missed out on bringing him in. Even last summer, Manchester United was interested in Matheus Cunha, you know, but they couldn't obviously find themselves going in for him because they had a cheaper option for Joshua Zirkzee. That's why they went in for Joshua Zirkzee. So right now, United are going in thick and fast before even the summer transfer window opens. They want to obviously agree on a deal of Matheus Cunha. And what has been the reason for seeing this deal being speeded up like no other? Because Arsenal went ahead to raid the deal of Victor Gyökeres, one of the players that Man United wanted, and with United non-certain for Champions League football, they were like, let's not obviously eye for Victor Gyökeres. If Arsenal really don't get that deal done and dusted, and United goes ahead to win the UEFA Europa League, because when we win the UEFA Europa League, we're obviously going to be having £90 million onto our account as a club of Manchester United, and that will help us to bolster our summer transfer window. And Arsenal also really keen to get that deal done and dusted before the summer transfer window, really, or before the season comes to an end. And United is like, if it's like that, let's obviously seize this opportunity of Matheus Cunha, because he has shown interest in joining Manchester United, whether we are in the Premier League, so we are playing the Champions League or not. So he's really a very good player, and I think he's one of those that we need to bring in. And Fabrizio Romano added and said, in the last 48 hours, Man United had fresh positive contacts with the agent of Matheus Cunha. The feeling between Ruben Amorim and Cunha is excellent. There was some sort of great connection between United, Amorim and Cunha. Now, I've seen people say United in for Cunha, and they're like trying to obviously give positives in here for you. I would like to inform you that even last season, United was interested in Matheus Cunha, but the financial stains for Manchester United couldn't afford it to obviously go in for a player like him. But for now, I confirm to you that he's gonna be the first signing for the club of Manchester United if all goes on well as planned. And why am I 100% sure that this guy is obviously gonna be coming to Manchester United? Manchester United entered this deal when they know the much this deal is going to cost. You understand? They entered this deal knowing the much this deal is obviously going to cost. So if they entered this deal knowing the much this deal is going to cost, then we all have to admit, we have all to admit that they know 62.5 million pounds is the call from Wolverhampton Wanderers, and the moment we went in there are no negotiations for that release clause, because a release clause is not bargained. You all know that. So Fabrizio Romano went on to obviously tell us that Man United will push to get the deal of Matheus Cunha done. Talks are advancing. So United wants to get this deal done and dusted before anything like the season comes to an end. So that is really a very huge move, because you never know what will happen. Matheus Cunha, with very many teams targeting strikers, and attacking midfielders, a team like Real Madrid, Barcelona might bump into a deal like this, like the teams like PSG, because the player is really that good. So we wait and see how Matheus Cunha is obviously gonna be going on as planned, but the deal is really underway and United is really pushing to get this deal done and dusted. Now, let's get to a guy known as Jacobs Ben. He told us that Cunha open to Manchester United following a meeting between player side and club, as reported last week. Champions League next season, not a deal breaker for him, who is keen to listen to long-term projects. However, it's an easier deal financially for Man United to pull off if they win the UEFA Europa League. So I don't know why people are really hinging so much on the UEFA Champions League, because we have players to sell, like Marcus Rashford. If we sell him for 45 million pounds, and the beauty is teams like PSG and Barcelona have gone ahead to join the queue to sign Marcus Rashford, and maybe his price might obviously go to 60 million pounds. And if we get 60 million pounds from Marcus Rashford, I tell you, then we can really use that amount of money to do the needful. What people forget is that United won't really get a deal done and dusted of a player, and by paying all the amount of money. No, like for Matheus Cunha, 62.5 million pounds, I think we'll have what we call a paying pattern. If Cunha signs a contract of 5 years, that means every season United will have to cough like 13 million pounds. You get? And that means right now we can pay off 13 million pounds, and that is for this year. Then for the rest of the years, we'll obviously have to pay that amount of money until it comes to an end. So I think that's what people really get it wrong. I know whether we are in the UEFA Europa League or not, Matheus Cunha will come to Manchester United. That's what I 100% believe. Jacobs Beneden said nothing has changed from Wolves' perspective. They're expecting a Cunha exit and believe the 62.5 clause in market value. They are yet to receive a formal approach. Cunha is a target for the number 10 position at Old Trafford, as revealed with Alex Crook. And he also said that Newcastle and Nottingham Forest also hold interest in Matheus Cunha. Arsenal divided as to whether to enter the race, not yet to move. So that's what you're really getting in through from the side of Jacobs Ben. So I think a lot has been said about this deal, and Cunha is really having a very explosive season. If at all you've been following up onto Cunha and what he has been doing at Wolverhampton Wanderers this season, he's 25 years of age. This season, he has gone ahead to play 28 games for Wolverhampton Wanderers, 14 goals and 4 assists, as compared to last season, 32 games, 12 games and 7 assists. So we wait to see how this deal is obviously gonna really pan out, but United is really pushing to get this deal done and dusted for Matheus Cunha. So guys, I'm signing out for now. See you later. Your thoughts on United leading Matheus Cunha transfer race are welcome in the comment section below. We out.